As I make this video, it's in the final week of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games taking place in 2021. I've enjoyed watching various athletes from different countries winning their medals or unfortunately injuring themselves. Not that I've enjoyed that moment, clearly. What I'm saying is I've enjoyed the games with its ups and, most unfortunately, for its downs. And I suppose it would be a bit cliche, but it was, as I was watching this morning, the verses of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24 to 27 clearly came to mind. Do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may win. Everyone who competes in the games exercises self-control in all things. They then do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. Therefore, I run in such a way as not without aim. I box in such a way as not beating the air. I run or box to win the prize. The Apostle Paul is making references to the Ithacan Games. Their parallel was the Olympic Games. I was looking at that, and I've been listening to the commentators on the Olympic Games who have been really brilliant. Some ex-Olympians themselves who have or have not won medals, yet we celebrate in this country their achievements and their status as ex-Olympians. And the commentators have been clearly giving their expertise and their insight. And at various times, as they've been talking about various Olympians, they've been saying, they've been preparing, for 4 years or now 5 years for this very moment. Because of COVID. It's been a hard struggle this year with the COVID situation. Training has not been as they would maybe like. I think it was Max Whitlock was talking about training on his pommel horse in the garden, in his home garden with his trainer on video link, watching it. Things have not been the same. And our commentator going, how long they've been preparing for this? And I sat back and said, they're right. From the minute they knew they were selected, or it was from one Olympics to this Olympics, they've been training so they could qualify to be in the Olympics and then continue training so that hopefully they could win a medal. A medal that's not as perishable as it was back in biblical times when it was just a wreath made of leaves that clearly would then eventually rot and become perishable. Gold, silver or bronze medal would clearly last a little bit longer. And I sat and I thought, as these commentators quite rightly are talking about the mental preparation when you know you want to be in the Olympics, you know you want to have a chance to win a medal, and then you dream of maybe getting that medal. I thought they've been training for a lot longer than that. They've been doing stuff behind the scenes that none of us will know about, none of us will see. They have been making sacrifices. Their families would have made sacrifices that none of us would fully understand or perceive. Also that they can have that moment on a podium, that moment of receiving a medal, that moment of being applauded and celebrated for their great achievement. So they can have that moment of forever being known, should it ever be talked about, be it in a pub quiz, be it being on the next time the Olympic Games comes around, be it a moment that we could say, there is an Olympian, there is a champion. But they've been doing stuff behind the scenes that none of us get to see. Running the Christian race, as we would say, perceiving to continue to want to strive to get to that prize that is imperishable, that is eternal. Now, I must make clear here that Paul is not saying that it's by works that you have attained that eternal prize. You attained it the minute you gave your life to Jesus, the minute that you trusted in him and allowed him to be the runner of your life. To be the coach in your life, helping you to improve and be more like him day by day. But there are many that will never know maybe the sacrifice that you have made, the discipline that has been involved in you. Maybe, as Paul was trying to say to the Corinthian church, abstain from things, abstain from sexual immorality, abstain from eating food sacrificed to idols. That's what he was getting about discipline. Don't relax and start doing the things that your society is doing, because you might fail. You might fall into apostasy, i.e. you might fall away from Christ and decide that the things of the world are much more important to you than actually daily disciplining yourself to make sure you stay in right relationship with the Lord. He was worried and concerned about the Corinthians, and it may well be for you that the Lord you've been doing these things without not a lot of people knowing. People do not know the sacrifices you have made, maybe do not even know the stuff that you've done for other people behind the scenes. Only those people, and even they may not fully know the real sacrifice you've made to assist them, to help them, to show them the love of Christ. But there is one that does know, and his name is the Lord. He sees what you're doing. He knows what you're up to. And he celebrates with you, and he is with you in those moments. Another verse that came to mind was also a warning from Paul in Galatians 5. He says, "You were running well. Who hindered you from obeying the truth?" Sometimes it's in those moments of this is too difficult, we can give up. We can decide to get off the track, go to the sidelines and decide, this just seems like hard work. I'm doing all the right things, but I don't seem to be seeing the goal or the prize at the end. Somebody may come along and entice you into a relationship with them that hinders your walk with God. It's hindered the good focus that you had on following Jesus. You've lost sight of the goal, lost sight of the prize, which is eternal. I suppose this talk is an encouragement to say to you, if that's you, encourage you to keep fighting the good fight, to keep running the good race. The Lord sees your sacrifices. The Lord sees your discipline. The Lord knows exactly where you're at with him. And his prize is, well done, good and faithful servant. So this is not a faith by works faith that we lead. It is a faith by what we do not see. It is a faith that says you have won already because you have given your life to Christ. Keep walking as one who has already won. As one who has already won. Know that in the heavenlies there is a great celebration going on. Do not be hindered. Do not fall to one side. Encourage others along the way. Spur them on with your love and good deeds. Keep going as one who has 1. God bless to you.